Thank you, Craig. Welcome back to Set to and Pass. My name is Dylan.
I'm Casey.
And we got topics. We got
We got
stuff to talk
things
about.
we always do.
Absolutely. So, how have you been this past week?
Overworked, underpaid, the American
Oh,
dream.
there you go. Yeah, that makes sense. I hear you on
But
that one.
honestly, not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. Good, that's good. Do any fun Yu-Gi-Oh related things this week?
I realized that I have a rarity problem.
Oh,
Uh, so when I got back into the game, and I was taking it semi seriously, I was playing on a little bit more of a competitive level, but still more of a casual setting.
right.
Um, and my buddy Rick, he's basically the one that's pushed me into wanting to play more and all this, and he's been my go-to guy. One of my best friends. Um, but in the beginning of this, it was just, hey, get me the cheapest version of this card. I don't care if it's a common. Now I'm like, we're looking through each other's trade binders, and I'm like, hey, you want to trade this so I can rarity upgrade?
Can I have your shiny cardboard?
Yeah, yeah.
I get it. No, I
And
get it.
that's how you end up with it's at least 10 very high rarity cards
Nice.
between ultimate rares and collector rares. But yeah, it's starting to become a problem because I have decks that I'm just starting to build and realizing that I already have multiple very high rarity versions of the staple cards of the deck,
Oh, wow.
and the deck's not even halfway finished.
Nice. Nice.
Like,
No,
this is why you don't ever get to play things while they're good.
I think when it comes to the rarity thing, I was never too big onto it, but I do remember, I'll never forget. Actually, I guess I already forgot because I don't remember what pack it was. Anywho, so this was way back in the day. So this is back when synchros and stuff were the big thing.
Yeah,
And I remember I was opening. Yeah.
it's what we call Edison format now.
Okay. All right. Well, I remember I was sitting out in my car in Walmart because I just bought 2 or 3 packs, and I pulled my very first ghost rare. I think that's what they're called,
Ooh,
where the card's
yes.
all white and stuff.
Yep, and you have to hold it
And
in a certain angle in the light to see the artwork.
yeah, and it was what was it, the majestic red dragon or the red dragon archfiend's next bump up.
Oh, no way.
The majestic red or not majestic red dragon.
Um, well, I mean, there are quite a few. There's
Yeah.
there's Red Dragon Nova, there's um Scarlet now, there's Red Hot Dragon Archfiend, True King,
I don't know. It
Calamities
it was
Archfiend.
it was majestic red dragon.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
I
not.
just looked it up, and I wish I would have kept it.
It's probably worth a pretty penny. I've only ever gotten one ghost rare ever.
Yeah, me too, and that was it.
I actually
And
traded
then,
for it too. I didn't even pull it, so yours is cooler.
I went to college, and this one guy at college, they told me that they were going to help me build the deck, and I was like, "All right, sweet." And he's just like, "Yeah, if you trade me that ghost rare of your majestic red dragon, I'll help you build the deck." And he never did, so I was just out my ghost rare because I was foolish and
Mm,
like,
that
yeah,
hurts to hear.
that pissed me off. That pissed me off a
I
lot.
Oh, dude, I would be furious.
Yeah, I was none too happy about that.
Especially because back then, Ghost rares were like your chase rarity.
Yeah, like at first I looked at it, I was like, "What's up with this?" Like, I can't even see the damn card.
Like, I'm honestly pretty sure that it's been about probably 3 to 4 years now since they've printed a new ghost rare.
Really?
Yeah, the last set I can remember was Ghosts of the Past 2.
And that's that shoot, what the hell? That set it has like a blue eyes on the box.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so that's the one, yeah. I
It
remember
was a
seeing
cool
people
set. Like
it looked neat.
I got a lot of that's when I started really playing. I built an Eldritch zombie control deck.
Oh,
I basically 3 copies of Zombie World. Um, there's like 10 different ways to put Zombie World on the field. Um, big zombie monsters. Everything on the field being a zombie. I just super poly your stuff off. Like, it's ridiculous. It's not meta relevant by any means, but for, some Friday night shenanigans with my buddies in the garage, it is hilarious.
okay.
Um,
Very nice. Very nice.
but yeah, no, I loved the set for that, so I got a bunch of that stuff, but I did not get a single ghost rare.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really wanted the blue eyes too.
Dude, a blue eyes ghost hair would have been pretty cool.
Honestly, like, I don't even really, and I'm probably gonna catch a lot of shit for this because of how relevant it is right now. But I don't like blue eyes that much.
No?
I mean, obviously, respect. It's the one of the OG, you know, staple
Right,
cards of the
right.
series. But I only really like the artwork from the anime,
Mhm.
and that's about the only one I really like.
No, I agree. That's also my favorite artwork for the card. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them do look really cool, but the OG Blue Eyes White Dragon art from the anime will forever be my favorite. That's why those are the three that I run in my Blue Eyes deck because I don't want to like. I mean, I have some of the alternate arts and stuff, but I just I don't know, man. And
The
I think one of them's a or not a, yeah, I think one of them's a common.
all, all I'm pretty sure all the artworks at this point have
Mhm.
been reprinted in just about every rarity.
Mm. Like I
Um,
think I still have my original one from my Kaiba tin,
well, ooh,
like from back in the day.
ooh, that's kind of cool.
Like you know how they sold just the Yugi
Yeah.
and the just
Uh-huh.
Yugi and the Kaiba tins at the time,
Yep.
and I think
You
it
know
was
how
like a
much those things,
promo.
you know how much those things go for?
I don't
Like
even want to like.
like sealed tins, sealed like product from back in the day goes for so much. Like, I think I actually saw one last regionals. It was one of the regionals I went to this year, but there was a starter deck, the like at least my 3 favorite.
Yeah,
They had Yugi, Pegasus, and Kaiba.
really.
2,500 a piece is what they were asking. I didn't bother to look up because either way it shook. I wasn't there to spend money on, hey, look what I have stuff.
So I just
And
pulled it up on TCG Player. I don't know if this is just the tin. Oh yeah, it says unopened. They want $750 for it. For this
uh
2003 collector's tin.
scroll down the page. What are they listing for?
It says you can buy now for 750. Market price is 650. The most recent sale was 700.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it looks like there's
But
only
that's still
one on market right now, according to them, and it's an unopened one.
I mean, stuff like that is kinda hard to come by.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I'm actually surprised, like, shops and stuff, because I know shops have to get stuff like that traded into them a lot, but it's like,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
you put it on TCG Player, it'll eventually sell.
yeah. Oh, okay. So no, I don't think maybe it wasn't the tin. Maybe it was just the original Kaiba starter deck that I got
Oh,
my that I have my original Blue Eyes from.
that's still pretty badass.
Right? I
Dude,
don't know. It was one of the two, but
when I was a kid, though, like, tunes were my shit.
dude, I still love the tune cards.
They actually have so much support now.
Do they?
Oh, there's so many monsters, spells, traps. It's with a good pilot, it can be a real pain in the ass.
Huh.
Because
I
I
bet.
mean, I mean, dude, there are so many of them too. Toon Dark Magician Girl, Desperado, Barrel Dragon. Um,
Lackluster Soldier.
I can't remember if there's yes, the Toon Blackluster.
Yeah. My personal
Um,
favorite is the Tune Ancient Gear Golem.
yep, that he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Dude, I love the Ancient Gear Golem. Like, I don't know why. I just do. I don't know if it's the fact that he just says no to spelling or like spelling traps that target him, or no, you can't. You just flat out can't activate them during his battle phase.
Yep,
And then
during battle
the
phase,
piercing is just nice too.
piercing piercing can be funny.
Oh my god! So that one picture that I sent you earlier tonight when I was playing against my son,
Hmm.
we had another duel after that where I used my Blue Eyes deck, and I managed to get my what was it my Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon out. The ritual. Yeah, I think that's what it was. The blue, yeah, right? Blue Eyes Chaos Max or some junk.
Um,
Has 4,000 attack.
well, there is I think there's Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon and then Blue Eyes Chaos Max
That's what it was. Yeah, it was the Blue Eyes Chaos Max, just because it does double piercing. For why I don't know.
because it's Blue Eyes.
Like that just sounds dirty. Like that just
Oh,
sounds so mean.
and funny part about it is most people don't even run it.
Really?
Hmm.
Is it because it's a ritual or because
Um,
it's not as good as some others?
Mostly because they got a starter deck that came out in February,
Hmm.
another one, and now they have an Exceed monster, they have a Link monster, um, a new trap card,
Jeez.
and a new spell card that's really good. And with Sage being a thing,
Right.
Sage with Eyes of Blue, that deck is just it's pretty cracked right now, and it
Mm,
really revolves around the synchros.
okay.
They bounce around, so if you target them with shit, they tribute themselves. Then opponent's cards lose target, and then they just send something else out from grave or fucking deck, and it's stupid.
Okay.
If you're on the other end of the table, but dude, I've been seeing it mixed with so many things. Like
Yeah.
people are mixing it with invoked. People are mixing it with oh damn it, what's that other new one? Primite.
Okay.
It It's just crazy to me that it is such a versatile deck still to this day.
Right, right.
And it's got so much representation. I mean, obviously because it's a budget deck now too. You can honestly, you can you can go to Walmart, pick up 3 copies of that starter deck, and
Mhm.
you can go to locals and do well.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Well,
That's nuts.
it comes with really good hand traps though too. Like the value's there. Like you get a Nibiru, you get Effect Veiler, Imperm. I
Huh.
think there might be like a Ghost Ogre in there too, but and I think there might be an Ash Blossom, but still it's like right there, that's worth $10 in itself.
Right. And that's usually how much the structure decks cost, isn't it? Like I remember
Yeah,
seeing them. Yeah, I
they're
remember
only
seeing them for like
10 bucks.
9.99. Yeah. Wow. That
Yeah,
reminds me of like what Mirror Force was a super, super rare pull. Like no one could ever pull a Mirror Force, and then they came out with a structure deck with Mirror Force in it, and then everyone had them. And
mhm. I I don't know. I think it's funny how like some structure decks, I can't remember which one it was. But it came out and it had can't even remember the rarity. I think it was either a super or maybe an ultra. But the card was worth more than the structure deck itself.
really,
So you'd go pay $10 and then rip out the $15 card in there.
wow,
And then walk up to the counter and sell the $15 card that you just bought for 10.
dude. So I worked at Walmart for like almost 11 years, give or take, and
Right?
I've had I'll never forget it because I had this group of people because where our customer service desk was, because I was working customer service at the time, was right across from where our card selection was. And I literally watched these guys go over there, pick up a box of cards, go pay for it, leave, or like, went over like McDonald's or something. And they came over and they returned it, and it was opened. So I went ahead and I opened it up and I looked into it, and of course the plastic seal had been broken, and I wasn't going to sit there and count through all the cards and whatnot. But I know that they took some of those cards out of there and then returned the box and got their money, because like there was no way that I was going to prove that they didn't, and my supervisor wasn't going to give a shit. So no.
No, that's fair enough not to make a fuss about it then.
Mm-hmm. It's like whatever. It's not my money. No, we
Honestly,
had
that's how you have to look at it sometimes.
yeah, dude, that job sucked sometimes. Like we
Sounds
had some
like
really dumb people.
dude, I can only imagine.
Yeah, I remember we had to call the cops once because it was a big college town, and we had a guy dressed up as a gorilla come running in, chasing 3 guys dressed up as bananas. Um, and like they were running through the store,
Yeah.
and I just kind of looked at my supervisor. I was like, "What do we do? It is 11:30 at night." And so she got on the phone because I guess she had some cop's number or she had the police station's number or whatever. And sure enough, 2 cops came walking in because I guess they were just there. And they were like, "So what's going on?" And we showed them. And then those guys quickly ran out of the store. And I never saw them again.
Dude, I worked at a 7-Eleven for about a year as a second job. Within actually it was like 2 years ago that happened. And I cannot believe how people act in public like that. until you actually like. Well, I should say I couldn't believe it until I saw it for myself.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you can
'Cause-
hear the horror stories, but seeing
Oh
is
yeah,
believing.
yeah. Like I remember distinctly, this was the first person that I ever just kicked out of the store. Because while we were a 7-Eleven store, it was a franchise owned one. My boss was actually like 7 years younger than me.
Oh,
Really, he was a really cool dude. Like
okay.
but he was still very, very wet behind the ears.
Very green.
Yes. Um, and my managers were cool. Like they took care of the store, but they were pretty redneck and they were pretty vulgar. And
Oh,
as long as the store was running, we didn't get robbed and there was fresh food out, that kind of stuff, just the basic stuff. Like as long as the store was taken care of.
right.
Everything else, they literally did not care.
Okay.
Like it was like a big giant free for all. Like the third shift guy for the better part that I worked there was a literal meth head.
Nice.
Like this dude would brag about how he was blowing lines of it in the bathroom before the start of his shift.
Oh my god.
Yeah, craziness. But the first kid I ever kicked out though, we had something happen. The whole gas pump system went down.
Oh,
And this kid pulls up, his real young kid, and I knew he was just trying to fuck around
mm,
or do something, but because he had his phone like in his shirt pocket,
oh,
you
so
know
you
what I
think it was
mean?
recording?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
because of the interaction. But he comes in and starts going on with this outrageous story about how we are price gouging fuel prices. I think we were honestly probably like 9 cents above everybody else that day.
Oh wow.
But like nobody at our physical store adjusts those prices.
Right, right.
That's like the corporate thing sends it through the system.
Mhm.
And that's how, and it tells like to the sign and everything. Like nobody does anything to that.
Right.
And this kid comes in, starts blowing off about this, and then looks at us and says that he's gonna have us fined for like $1 million for all this price gouging. Now, the best part about it is, after I basically like, I entertained it. I didn't really say a whole lot. I just let him, get it all off his chest. But then I was just like, when he started popping off with stuff like that, I'd be like, dude, just get out. Like, I don't want you here. Like, get out. And I started walking behind, like out from around the counter, like not in an intimidating way, but more of a I'm just gonna make sure you walk out of here kind of way.
All right.
And he gets in his car and starts squealing the tires around the parking lot till he gets out. But we had pretty tall curbs. And he had a pretty low car.
Oof.
And the last I checked, the face of your rims should not face the sky.
Well,
Oh, I mean, he clipped that curb so hard.
as they say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Oh, dude, I walked out and clapped. Ah,
I got that on video.
oh, the funny thing is, we called the managers um, to let them know just the situation. I go in the next day because I only work there 3 days a week. But I go in the next day and they're like, hey, look, we did get it on video. So we were all just back in the office laughing about it, watching it.
That's great. That's great.
I think my favorite thing from that job, though, aside from like there were a lot of times I was in there by myself.
Yeah.
Um, the other kid would leave early some nights because he'd get there earlier than me. Uh, so aside from just reading manga and watching the entirety of Attack on Titan and multiple other animes,
Right.
my favorite thing was me and my buddy Dustin in there. The scam calls that consistently came in every night.
Those are usually pretty
Oh,
good.
oh, dude, no, wasting their time
Oh my
is so
goodness,
much
yeah.
fun. And especially whenever you have nothing to worry about because we're on the store phone.
Right.
But like we'd lead them on for a little bit. We'd always tell them that our name was the third shift guy's name. Honestly, after a couple months of doing this, I think he kind of suspected that we were doing that shit because he said that he answered the phone a few times and it was like scam calls asking for him.
That's pretty great. That's pretty great.
I'm telling you, the one guy, man, we had him on the phone for at least 45 minutes, just passing it back and
Wow.
forth, like passing it back, the phone back and forth, just making this like really terrible old lady voice. We had this dude thinking he was like getting hooked up with some rich old lady that was about to show him his like her titties and stuff. He had a lot
So,
to say when he found out that he wasn't talking to a pretty old lady.
yeah,
He was he was pretty upset.
I bet. I was like, well, I just took an hour away from your life clock.
Yes, sir.
No, I know, before I worked up at customer service, I worked back in electronics at Walmart just because I guess that's where I wanted to be at that point in time. And whenever I'd pick up the phone, I'd be like, Walmart Electronics, this is Dylan, how may I help you? And like every third or fourth person, they'd say, oh, hi, Bill. I was like, who the fuck is Bill?
Who
So
the
I just
fuck
sit
is
there and
Bill?
yeah, and so I just sit there and I'd let them talk and I'd help them out or whatever. And they'd call back. And then one day I was sitting there with my buddy John and somebody calls. And then, so I clear my throat, like, hey, this is like your electronics or Walmart Electronics. This is Bill. How can I help you? And the lady's like, why'd you yell? I was like, I just wanted to, enunciate Bill. And
Bill.
and so she comes into the store later on that night and she's like, I want to speak to Bill. And I look at John and he's looking at me and we're like, who the fuck's Bill?
Oh man.
And and so we get on the radio and they're like, hey, is there a Bill in the store? And she's like, no, I was on the phone with a guy named Bill. And he's looking at me and he just gets beat red in the face. So he wanders off. And like I can hear him chuckling the entire way. I was like, sorry, man, there is no one here named Bill. And she's like, I was on the phone with someone named Bill and they were supposed to set this aside for me. I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ugh. I want to speak to a manager. I was like, sure, I can bring our support up for you if you want. So the support comes up and she starts talking to her and she's just like, I called earlier and I spoke to Bill and he said that he was going to set this aside for me. And she looks at me and I'm like, I have no idea who Bill is. Ugh. It was it was one of those nights, man. Ugh.
it's
It was
it's easy to have those kind of nights whenever you're working in places like that.
oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
Like
No, it was
so many
something.
people don't understand like how many like really weird situations you come across working in like retail or just like fast food even.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Like retail is ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do I don't want to say they all do a hell of a job, but a lot of them they do a hard job. Retail sucks. Like it takes a special kind of person to stick with retail. And
For
you'll see
sure.
people at Walmart who've been there 20, 30 years and it's just like how? Like I mean, I don't know how the heck I was there that long. No, it's something. Like you do meet a special kind of stupid people though. Like I had one lady convinced that she was like she came up to me with her whole chest and she was like, "I want Mario Kart for my son's PlayStation 4." And I just kind of looked at her. I was like, "Ma'am, they don't make Mario." Yes, they do. He told me they do. And I was like, "Ma'am," so I took her over to the game case. I was like, "There is no Mario Kart for the PlayStation." And she was like, "Well, then you guys are wrong and you guys don't have it." I was like, "How am I wrong?" It's like you can Google, right? You can use that Google machine and Google Mario Kart for the PlayStation. And then if you can find it there, I'll order it for you. But there is a special kind of stupid people who go to Walmart.
I'm telling you, so you have the stupid people covered. 7-Eleven has all the assholes covered.
Ah.
Specifically, I say that because motherfuckers, for some reason, in that establishment, acted like the most feral motherfuckers in that bathroom. Dude, I have no idea what in the and I'm not even just talking like the men's room either. It was the women's room too.
Dude, women's rooms, I don't know why. A buddy of mine, he still works at Walmart and he does the cleanings and stuff. And he says that the ladies' room in every single, like every second, I guess they have 3 different bathrooms in their Walmart. And he said the women's restrooms are always fucking destroyed. So I believe you when you said even the ladies' rooms are bad because apparently they're bad everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just it astounds me at how bad it is. I
Yeah.
just dude, I do not get it.
Like, I'll never forget, he called me one night. He works overnights. And so he called me one night. He was like, "You're never gonna believe what I'm doing." I was like, "No, you're right. What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm cleaning shit off the floor." I was like, "What?"
Oh
And he's
no.
like "It looks like some lady stood up on the toilet seat and tried to use it, and it just
Oh
went
no.
everywhere."
Oh no.
And I died. I was like, "Are you being for real right now?" He's like, "Do you want me to video check?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good." But I could believe it. Like, I can believe it.
Yeah,
So
I can believe it too. Trust me.
so speaking of Walmarts and a certain kind of special people, have you heard about the Switch 2 pre-orders?
Um, I heard they were going on pre-order. I'm assuming it was a shit show.
No, apparently they did really well. Um,
Well, I
I
didn't mean a
guess
shit show as in like it wasn't going to perform well. I mean more of like everybody was like, "Give me."
yeah, apparently it was enough to crash. According to the New York Post, looks like it crashed Target, Best Buy, and a few other websites while they
Oh
were
shit.
yeah, shortly after like this here was posted at 5 o'clock in the morning. So this means this person was probably typing up this thing for a minute. I know a buddy of mine, he said that he was trying to go on GameStop's website to pre-order and the site just wouldn't load. So he actually had to go into the store, which I'm surprised they still have physical stores at this point. Um, and he had to go pre-order
Game.
it. You know,
Well, Um, let's just hope though. Hope and pray that most of these pre-orders were legitimate pre-orders and we're not about to see eBay flooded with like switches for $800-900.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there are like I
Like
was looking at Switch 2 and I think there was a couple eBay postings for them already. Yeah, like this one here, 775, 649, 749,
oh boy.
825. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, the scalpers are there. And I mean, we knew this was gonna happen. Like, do you remember when the
Mhm.
PS5 first came out and
Oh
nobody could
yeah.
get one?
Yeah, it was like 2 years. Nobody could get a PS5 or an Xbox. It was crazy.
Yeah. And then the people who could get them flipped them for like I remember there was a mom and pop shop. I think it was called it's Hinkle's Toy Barn. Hinkle's Toy Barn, I think is what it was called, in the town that I was living at the time. They had one that they were selling for like $750. And I looked at the owner, I was like, Gary, what are you doing? He was like, well, I gotta make a profit. I was like, you're what's wrong with people.
Mhm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like Gary's cool shit. Gary's good shit. I love Gary, but when I saw that, I was like, dude, it's like some little Timmy down the road's been working his little butt off to try to get one of these, and people like you scoop them up and sell them for outrageous prices.
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in the world where corporate greed overcomes everything.
Yeah, it does. Corporate greed or just people greed.
I mean, same thing.
Yeah, yeah, same. Yeah, yeah, no,
Sucks. It
y-
sucks.
yeah, it does. I
What
mean, it's the
happens
same
to us?
thing like you see with the Pokemon cards and stuff now too.
Yeah.
Like that's been all over my for you page for a minute now. Is scalper this, scalper that? It's like, dude.
Oh, and I mean, and it's like the videos that I see for the scalpers and stuff, they go one of two ways. It's either like I've seen people like physically like kind of beating the shit out of scalpers.
Yeah, like getting them away from those Pokemon vending machines and stuff.
Yeah. And like on one hand, while I'm like, yeah, like I get it.
Hmm.
There's also a part of me that's like, do you really need to risk some jail time for for shiny cardboard? Like, don't
Nah,
get me wrong, I myself, I am all for having a good time with shiny cards.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you should probably not fuck up people because then you just get in trouble.
Like, have you seen
And
those
it's
videos?
it's
I
just
think
a
it was like
card, man.
absolutely, absolutely. But have you seen those videos? I think they were at like Costco or Sam's Club or something like that, where they had them underneath a whole bunch of steel. And as soon as the person said that they could, like people were like jumping into the boxes and picking up whole racks of the packs and or the whole racks of the boxes and stuff. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Exactly. Like, I mean, they're basically just trying to clear the whole shelf in an armful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like to me, it's just like I said, I think it's ridiculous.
Do you know how a
That
lot of stores they'll have like cigarette counters?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what the local Walmart's doing, at least down here by me,
Are they
they
putting all the
have
cards over there or like the
yeah,
big stuff like ETBs and shit?
everything, all cards. You can't
All right.
get a single pack of cards outside of behind that cigarette counter.
So our local Walmart did that at like the height of the pandemic, whenever
Mhm.
Pokemon was like really, really booming.
Right.
Not that it's not now, but I guess really more so at the start of the boom.
Right.
Um, but our Walmart did that too. Now they have moved like most of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Our Walmart actually started getting Magic the Gathering in too,
Oh
and
wow.
Lorcana. And there's another one I'm actually thinking about trying called Union Arena.
Okay.
Basically, I've only seen it looks like a whole deck assembled, but they're based around anime. I literally immediately saw Ichigo and I was like, okay. And then here's Tanjiro, and then here's
What
Yuji, and I'm
what'd you say
like,
that was
okay.
called?
Union Arena.
Union Arena.
Yeah, I still have to look more into it. But might be something that I just grab a couple of just to, hey guys, let's try something new.
That does look pretty. I mean, there's another. I mean, well, yeah, I guess it's anime based because almost every deck in the game, it's called Weiss Schwartz. I used to play that quite a bit. I had an Angel Beats deck, and that was a lot of fun. And then I had something based on Warship Girls, where they were like actual like warships, but they were little girls because
Okay.
Japan
Yeah.
turns battle cruisers into girls, I guess. But yeah, Weiss Schwartz is what it was called. And that was yeah, I don't think I saw any decks that weren't anime related. And that was a pretty fun card game.
That sounds like a pretty fun card game.
Yeah,
I
I
see,
enjoyed it.
last year I last year in general for me with trading card games was probably just the I would probably say the biggest one for me
Hmm.
cuz like I started playing competitively in Yu-Gi-Oh last year. Uh I learned how to play Magic last year. I'm
Okay.
still not very good at it, but I know enough that I can just, somebody can hand me a deck and I'll figure it out.
Right. And there's not as much reading in Magic as there is Yu-Gi-Oh.
Damn straight. And it's just straight. It is so much more straightforward.
Yeah.
What it
That's why
says
I
is
think a
what it
lot of
does.
people love it. Yeah.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to oh no, do you see that semicolon there? It says it says when. It says you can.
Doesn't mean you are.
Just sometimes this game it's like shit. Yep, no, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like, here all this time Yu-Gi-Oh's just been trying to really fix our grammar up for us.
Man, I wish Yu-Gi-Oh was more like Duel Monsters from the show where the cards just do whatever the hell you wanted them to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Giant Soldier of Stone, stab the moon.
Yeah,
Okay.
do it. Do it.
That card
Um,
does whatever I say it does. Okay.
I just saw somebody making fun of this exact topic here on TikTok earlier.
Yeah.
Um, it was basically the guy was saying, "Hey, he was acting like Kaiba. He's like, all right, I have my Blue Eyes Ultimate on field, Yugi." Uh, and he goes to attack and he goes, and the switches, he's Yugi. And he's like, you forgot about my Karibo. And the Seto's like, oh, you bought yourself a turn. Goes back to Yugi and he's like, you forgot my Karibo's other ability. And he's like, is that Taco Bell in your back pocket, Kaiba? I fucking lost it here. Because the Kaiba's like, yeah, it's my Crunchwrap Supreme, Yugi. And this motherfucker goes, You activated Karibo's other ability. When it smells the scent of Taco Bell, it grants it like 4,500 points and then doubles it.
Wow, that's quite an ability.
I know. I'm like, that's so accurate though. Like it's so accurate. The
Yeah.
bad part about it is like though, Yugi's really the only one that ever did that shit.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean there
All the time.
yes, like Yugi's really the king of cheaters.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Screw the rules. I'm the main character.
Yes. Like he straight up just does not give a fuck right now.
No, this card does this because I said it does.
I have the no, he's what we've never really heard him say because it's just an inherent effect is he has plot armor.
He is the plot,
Yes. But I'm just saying like that's his special ability
right?
that we forgot about.
Yeah. My ability is to do whatever I want.
Whenever I want.
Right? Nah, he is a big cheater though.
He is for real.
Big old cheater.
Like kids, if
But
you ever take anything from this, don't cheat at a card game.
right? Dude, so I got lost in Reddit the other day again, and I was
Oof.
reading some stories about some Yu-Gi-Oh cheaters and Pokemon cheaters and whatever. Because I was trying to prep myself for like, what do I do if I run into cheaters as a judge? And it's just like, yeah. So I was sitting there reading through, and this one guy was talking about how this guy was very blatantly stacking his deck as he was shuffling, and
Huh?
he put his deck down, and I guess the person telling the story asked if he could cut the guy's deck, and the guy like threw a fit
Oh, really?
and tried to call the judge over and be like, he's trying to touch my cards. He's like, I'm trying to cut his deck.
Ah, I'm glad I've never ran into anything like that.
Yeah, that would suck. I mean, I can imagine it happen. Like, I have no question believing people who stack their deck exist in tournament play. Like I can't not believe that because I think I what was it? It was either Pokemon or it was a Yu-Gi-Oh stream I was watching, and the guy very clearly pulled stuff from his graveyard and put it in his hand. I was like, what is
Oh,
going on
wow.
here? Like he was searching through his graveyard. It wasn't even his turn. He was just searching through his graveyard, and like you saw him like palm a card and then put it in with his hand. It's like, did anyone like? And the chat was blown up, and it was crazy to think that the guy thought that he'd get away with it while being on camera.
Dude, like that takes balls too. Because
Right?
you know how many people tune into that?
Oh my god,
Like
yeah.
I'm one of them.
Oh yeah.
Like I try well, I mean, I try to as much as I can.
Yeah, like
I try to watch the big events.
if I see him pop up, I'll tune in for a couple matches or whatnot, but I have to I guess I have to be on at the right time to catch him. No, cheaters, man. They're everywhere.
Like I said, fortunate for me, I have not run into any.
That's good.
Um, at least actually playing. I'm sure like I'm I'm very sure actually that like on Master Duel and like maybe even on EDO Pro, like, you know, I'm sure it's happened where somebody's found a way to like just stack their hand every game they play or something. Now, Master Duel, though, I wholeheartedly believe that I have just ran into somebody with literally that.
Act on.
Yes. Hacks on, hacks off. The hacker.
Right? No.
Dude,
Oh my.
honestly, I
Yeah, go
can't
ahead.
I'm guilty of it one time.
Stack in your hand.
No, 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 I've never cheated in Yu-Gi-Oh! But
Oh.
I bought hacks
Oh,
for
have you?
Call of Duty.
Oh.
It was I believe it might have been the new MW or MW2. It was one of those two.
Okay.
But for weeks, me and my buddies just kept getting put in hacker lobbies, and I got the shits of it and just said, you know what? I'm fighting fire with fire, boys.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of fun. It was
Yeah.
honestly kind of fun not having to do anything.
Right.
So, sometimes you just gotta, I guess,
Go with
roll
it.
with. Yep,
Yeah.
go with it.
Oh, so another topic that I see that's floating around. I mean, it's not a new one. Like, I mean, I know I've heard this one before, but it's the 100 men versus a gorilla. Have you seen that floating around at all?
I'm not sure that I have actually.
So it's a discussion usually between a group of people. How many people or how many average men do they think it would take to be able to defeat a gorilla in hand-to-hand combat? So it would literally just be a gorilla versus 100 dudes,
Oh,
and most
Jesus.
and most of the people are like, it would take more than they have.
Yeah.
And I can totally see that. Like,
Yeah, dude, I could too.
I mean, I don't think people
Like,
understand. Gorillas are jacked.
dude, like they are straight up killing machines.
Yeah.
They will fuck you up.
And so it's like every time that I see this, it's like, all right, well, let's go ahead and go to the comments section. And there's always those people who are like, but what if they're like super trained? And it's like, I don't care how trained you are. It's like if a
Yeah.
gorilla gets a hold of you, you gotta rip you in half.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, if you can keep that distance,
Yeah,
okay, like I believe you, but let me see you do it.
right. Let's see you outrun a gorilla,
Yeah.
because I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, I have a very hard time believing that you can do it personally.
Y- Yeah,
I'm
I
not
do
saying
not.
I'm no athlete, but
I'm no
um
athlete, and I would know better to not even attempt.
well, exactly. Like I'm not messing with no big ass motherfucker like that.
Right?
I'm not trying to get hurt. I'm not
Absolutely
trying to
not.
die. Like, dude, that's the kind of animal that, like, whenever somebody else comes in to, like, help diffuse the situation, he's just gonna beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's gonna swing you around like a baseball bat and take everyone else out.
I could actually see a gorilla doing that, just like grabbing some dude by the arm and just start swinging. Just
Right?
like he turns into a Beyblade with the guy's arm, and just eventually the guy's arm's gonna just pop off.
Dude, that's terrible, but it's kind of funny to think about.
Right? And he's just gonna start beating people with an arm as he's like eating fingers or something.
Yeah, just almost like licking his fingers like a chef's kiss or some shit.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm done with this finger. Let me go get another arm.
Yeah,
Goes and grabs
exactly,
another
right?
guy and just starts swinging around.
Like, all right, we're going in for seconds here, I guess.
No, I just don't understand because like there's people out there who really truly believe that 100 regular guys could beat a gorilla. It's like the gorilla might get tired.
I mean,
Uh,
after a couple days,
Yeah, like I could I don't know, dude. Like people are dumb.
people are super dumb. And the thing is, they won't educate themselves either.
Oh my god, no, they'd want to stick with their selves, I guess.
Well, like, yeah, they just it's almost like they don't want to hear anything, and it's I I don't get it, man.
I don't think we're meant to get it.
You're
Yeah,
probably right on that, honestly. That's why there
nope.
are so many questions.
Like I keep seeing these things where it's like the gorilla would be afraid of the 100 men, so it would run away. It's like, yeah,
Bullshit. That thing's gonna get mad.
right. It's like,
Like that thing's just straight up gonna get pissed off.
yeah,
And then you're
it
gonna be
is.
sitting there going, ah shit.
This person says humans stomp, and this other guy says you're tripping, bro. They could rip your arm off and beat you with it. I'm not the only one who thinks that way.
Then I'm not alone.
Oh boy, this guy says 5 men could take down a gorilla. It's like, no, no, they can't.
Definitely not.
He's trying to make sense out of it. He's like, 4 of them would wave their arms around and make loud noises to scare the gorilla. You think you're gonna scare the gorilla? I don't.
I'm not even trying it.
Hell no. It's like, nope, I'm leaving. Get me out of this cage.
Yep, just get me out of here. I want to go home now.
I want to go home now, please.
Mother, I'm scared.
I need an adult.
I need an adult all the time.
Right. Oh
I
boy.
can
I'm
help.
getting I'm getting sucked into Reddit again.
Reddit is Reddit can be a very deep, dark hole.
Yeah, it can. Like
And
the
sometimes it takes the effort of 1,000 men to get yourself out of that hole that you're digging through.
like I don't know why, but I've been searching a lot of hypothetical situation stuff just because sometimes they're a fun read. Like the whole world will hear a song you choose before a meteor strikes the planet. What song are you choosing?
Ooh, damn, that is kind of a hard question.
Free bird.
It's not a bad choice, honestly. I fuck with that.
Like a 13-minute song.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Um, shit, man. I don't know. I think I might go with The Thing That Should Not Be by Metallica.
Okay.
I think that's my answer for that one.
Nice.
Because I do like the factor of let me get some time in here.
Right.
And I believe that's like an 8-minute song. So
There
I'm at least trying to keep up with you here.
you go. No, my son's teaching himself how to play guitar. He's been doing this for a couple of years now because he's good at it. Like he's one of those visual learners where he'll sit there and he'll watch someone do something and then he'll be able to copy it. And so
Okay.
that's how he's been teaching himself guitar. So like he can play a lot of different stuff, like a lot of little stuff, and then he's teaching himself some riffs. of some more modern songs and whatnot. And I was outside with my youngest son because he just learned how to ride his bike. And I walked up, I was like, "Play Freebird." And he looked at me, he's like, "What's Freebird?" Like, where did I go wrong?
Oh no.
And his friend was over. He's like, "What do you mean you don't know what Freebird is?" I was like, "Okay, so it's just my kid, okay."
It's just my kid, he says.
Nah, but I'm so proud of him for learning this skill because I can't play any instruments, and he's
Neither
sitting
can
here
I.
rocking out.
Yeah, dude, that takes a lot of time, patience, effort. Like, kudos to to that boy. He is definitely more patient than me.
Right? I don't know, like stuff like that. I don't know if it's my lack of hand-eye, finger-eye coordination or whatever, but I just couldn't. I think I'd get too frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'd just get too frustrated. Be like, nope, done. Can't do it.
Yeah, probably
Oh,
me too, honestly, because I don't know. Like I tried there's a I don't know if you ever heard of Rocksmith. It's
the
basically like Guitar
phone.
Hero. No, 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 no. It's like Guitar Hero but with a real guitar.
Oh, no, I haven't.
It came out on Xbox. I actually just bought it for my PC again cuz it was on sale on Steam and I actually had just come across my old cord.
Okay,
So I was like, "Oh, well, you know what? What better time?" Now I haven't plugged it back in, but I thought it was cool. I don't know. I could never stick with it.
right. No, I hear you on that one. Oh boy, here was a good one. If you got paid $1 million to fight one living male celebrity and win, who would you pick?
Say that one more time.
So the question is, if you got paid $1 million to fight one living male celebrity and win, who would you pick?
Win and win. Oof. Huh. Um, I'm trying to think because, like, man, there's been a lot of celebrities that I know that I know of that have just like passed.
Right. The first one coming to my mind, since you have to win the fight, is Peter Dinklage.
Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's
Like that's
bad.
the
I'm not gonna lie. One of my first thoughts was Vern Troyer, but I think he's passed away.
yeah, I think Minime's dead. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely, dude. He was awesome. Like everyone
Yeah.
loved him as Mini-Me.
Dude, though Austin Powers will go down as a staple movie
Absolutely.
for me for the rest of my days. No, like there is no two ways about that. Like I honestly I wish they'd since the trend anymore is just reboot every series, reboot Austin Powers.
Right? I just don't
Like
know who they'd have play Austin Powers.
you still have Mike Myers play Austin Powers.
And old Austin Powers.
It would be that honestly, that would be gold.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty funny. Oh my
Like,
god. Some of the answers to this. Someone said Elliot Page.
oh, oh, damn, damn. Hold on, I have to look his name up. Oh, no. His name is Jacob Rolls.
Jacob Rolls?
Yes. Canadian actor. Um, Prevalent in Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, okay.
He is just a really tall, skinny, lanky, stupid son of a whore, as
Oh,
Bubbles would call him. I don't know if you ever watched Trailer Park Boys or not.
I have not.
Aw, you should.
Yeah.
It's quite a treat.
Oh,
And
shoot. How long do
honestly,
we have before Craig goes away?
I don't know. I looked into that and I think that might have just been a hiccup or a bug that night because I cannot find anything about why he
Okay.
just like shit out on us last time.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good.
I mean, it was still great, we still got the episode and everything, which is the important part, but it's like, why'd you do that, Craig? Like nobody asked you to do that.
Right? It's like, why you leave?
I guess he didn't want to be our friend at night.
Nobody clicked your button.
No, but I guess we have to carry on without Craig. No, actually, we really can't carry on without Craig
Right?
because
Oh, boy.
he's pretty important to this operation. To those of you that don't know, Craig is our Discord bot that records us. Basically, just sit here and chit chat.
Absolutely.
Craig is our friend, except he does yell at us every time he gets in chat.
Right?
He
Now
basically,
recording.
yeah,
Thanks.
basically, yeah. Thanks for making my eardrums bleed, Craig. Really, what I wanted today.
Right? Oh boy. Would you rather get hunted by Thor and Kratos or reveal your search history in Discord chats?
You know what? Let the chat logs flow.
That's what I was saying.
You know what,
That was my
dude?
yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, actually, let's think about this. If it's God of War, Thor and Kratos, that that's probably gonna be pretty quick and painless.
Yeah, but I ain't got nothing to hide on my stuff.
I
Like
don't
how I
either.
just started using Discord.
Basically, every message I have ever sent is in this Discord server, and it's pretty public.
Right? Like
Now, I mean, it might be a questionable meme from me every once in a while, but you know, we all gotta have a good laugh once in a while.
Absolutely.
Dark humor soothes the soul.
Yeah, it does. No, but
Especially,
I love this would you rather Reddit because some of these are really good, but some of them are just dumb.
oh, I believe it. Like dude, working in that gas station was an eye opener because I used to
Right?
sit here and be one of those people that was like, dude, nah, people aren't that dumb, da 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 da. Like this is just people saying things on the internet. And no, it's really like that.
They can't be that. Yes, they can. They absolutely
Like,
can be that dumb.
I'm telling you, some of the stories like that I would come home and tell my wife, she would just look at me like, "Oh, you're full of shit." Like that didn't really no, it did. It absolutely did.
Why would I make that up?
Yeah.
Nah, that's how
Like
I felt when I was working security for Amazon. That's a
I believe it.
cluster. Yeah, working overnight security for Amazon. Dude, I thought Walmart people were bad, but oh shit. No, I'm not. I don't have that NDA anymore. I can talk about them.
He
Yeah,
said,
like
"All right, listen up."
right now, like they made us sign an NDA to when I worked security because we were a contract security company who got hired on by Amazon, and yeah, there was some questionable shit that happened there, man.
Oh, I believe it. I definitely believe that.
So much stolen merchandise. And every time that I did a bathroom check, like at least once or twice a week, I'd find various sex toys in there.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh my god. Like all the damn time. Like I was talking with one of the older guys, and he was telling me a couple months before I started, they have these great big tall corrugated boxes that you're supposed to fill with cardboard. Well, apparently these three people found one of them and took it up to the third floor, and one guy was recording this couple getting it on inside this cardboard box. And I guess one of the supervisors came by and saw what was happening. He was like, "What are you guys doing?" So the guy who was recording it booked it. He just ran. And he was like, "Can you two get out of the box?" And so they got out of the box and they were buck ass naked. And he's like, "Can you guys put your clothes back on and then get out of the box?" So needless to say, they got fired. And yeah, it's like, really, guys? It's like, of all places,
Well,
Amazon.
some people are shameless, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like they were, about to post this up on the OnlyFans titled Cardboard Whores.
No,
Huh,
that's that
I feel like that
that's
was a
a
missed
TCG place.
I was about to say, I feel like that was a missed opportunity for the, podcast name now.
Cardboard horse.
Yeah.
I don't think that would do as well. I
I
think we
mean,
might I think we might get an audience that we weren't expecting.
I think we would definitely get, like, click-through impressions like no one's business on a real note, but, I
So
don't
the
I
it
go ahead.
so if that was a title for the intro, we'd have to do some like old Cinemax movie intro music, like that
That
sultry
really
jazz and
or what was the, damn it, what was the old movie company? They did The Wizard of Oz, and they always started with that really long, annoying tone, and then the tiger or the lion would come out and roar.
Mary Goulin or something like that.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
That's what we need.
right.
Just one big, long, annoying tone.
That did not. That is not what I was looking for. Yeah, the Metro Goldwyn or MGM. Bleh. Studios. MGM Studios. Sorry, gotta make that whatever. Apparently they're
Yeah,
owned by Disney now, so
everything's owned by Disney, I feel like.
right? Like give it a second and Disney will own Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft and then they're just gonna make the Disney box and
Like, well, they were even trying to buy up like a bunch of anime studios and stuff too there for a minute.
yeah.
And it's like,
Um
will you go away?
like I think they own Hulu now. Well, I guess they've owned it for a minute because like you
Yeah, they
can
do. You can
and
bundle.
ESPN and I mean it's whatever. Like they're gonna do their thing, and we're just gonna have to sit here along for the ride, I guess. But
Oh yeah, that's what it has to be. I mean, we don't really get a choice. We don't have big dollars to play with like that.
because Disney was buying up a whole lot of stuff, have you ever heard of Doctor Frankenfurter?
I have not.
from the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I have not seen every part of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
So you know Tim Curry?
Yeah.
You know his role in the Rocky Horror Picture
Oh,
Show?
yeah. He's the
So
tranny.
yeah, so his character name is Dr. Frankenfurter.
I didn't
Um,
actually know that was his name.
yeah, yeah. And so if you want to get technical, he's a Disney princess.
Ooh, fuck yeah, he is.
Dude, I love that movie. I watch that movie every year. Like,
You know,
it was actually thanks to that movie that I got my first photo shoot gig, where I got hired on by a movie theater to do photos for their dress or their talent show and dress up stuff. Because every year they have this great big thing with the Rocky Horror Picture Show because they say it is 10 times better to watch it in theaters than it is to watch it at home.
oh.
Because they have like the whole like dude, it was crazy. Like the whole theater was singing along and they had prizes and they had a gift bag. Like it was crazy, dude. And that movie came out in like 80s, 70s, 80s, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a long time ago. I think it was an 80s movie.
I mean, that could be up. No, it's definitely got to be the 80s because I don't think that's a 90s movie.
No, no.
But no, that was a fun movie. If you get a chance to watch it all the way through, 1975.
Oh, really?
Um, if you're gonna watch it, I don't recommend watching it with your kid. I mean, it's not overly bad. Like you see the occasional boob
Ooh.
if you're really 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 looking. Um, but it's a fun movie. Like the songs in it are really fun. They're really catchy. It is at some points pretty sexual because of course Tim Curry is playing the role that he's playing.
Yeah.
Um, so there's like two scenes in it where he gets really sexual, but you don't see anything. Um, but no, it's a fun watch. It's definitely a fun watch. It's one of those movies that you just want to sit back, get really really relaxed, and then watch it.
I'll keep that in mind. I will I might actually there's been a couple movies that I've actually been thinking about lately for some odd reason. Um like for some reason I've wanted to watch Tombstone.
Love Tombstone.
Never actually watched it.
Really?
Yep, never
Like
seen it.
I don't know hardly any westerns, but that's one that I do know. Now, I could be completely fucking wrong, and I could be thinking of a completely different movie, to be honest with you. But I don't
The one
think
with,
I am.
the one with Val Kilmer.
Yeah. I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah, no,
Yep.
that is a great. It's a little long. Don't get me wrong, it's a little long.
Show of
But
it. I hate him.
but aside from Batman, this is my favorite Val Kilmer role. Like I really liked Val Kilmer in Batman. I thought he did a pretty good Batman.
He did do a pretty good Batman.
Yeah.
It's a
Who do you
shame
think was the worst live action Batman?
um probably oh damn it. Wasn't wasn't Jack Nicholson
He was the
one of
Joker.
yeah,
He
no,
was
that's
the
right. He was
Joker for Keaton's
the joke.
Batman.
Then that's the one. That's what I'm thinking of. I did not like Michael Keaton as Batman.
Oh, I loved Michael Keaton as Batman. He was one of my favorites
Like, I
by
don't think
far.
he I'm not gonna say he butchered actually, you know what? I take that back. I did not like Ben Affleck.
You didn't like Batfleck?
I didn't.
Oh, I did. I thought
I
Batfleck was
just
pretty cool.
I think I have some I think I still have some salt in these veins from Daredevil.
I didn't mind Daredevil either.
See, I honestly no, like I don't really mind that movie so much, but I will say the Netflix series blows the movie
Oh
out of
my
the
god,
water.
absolutely, absolutely.
I was
Um,
so incredibly pissed off whenever they canceled all of them because they
nah,
were
dude, it's on Disney Plus. Like they
well,
just came out with the new one.
I heard that they just did,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
hoping that they continue with the rest of the Defenders series
Right, right, right.
because
I
like
didn't watch Jessica Jones.
oh, you should.
Yeah,
That one was
it's on
she's
my
bad.
list. Yeah, it's on my
Um,
list.
but I think I was upset most is because they were just getting into like the really good arcs of Luke Cage,
Yeah.
like where he becomes the crime boss.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think I only watched the first season of Luke Cage.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos on Luke Cage when it came out because I was like, this is really fucking cool, and I am with this all the way.
Right? Now, I remember he was a pretty cool character from what I saw of the show. I think there was a I think there was a comic with Luke Cage that he maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. I thought it was Luke Cage. He like went up to Dracula or whatever and like oh no, it was Doctor Doom. I don't know. Luke Cage went up to someone and beat the tar out of him because they owed him money.
Yeah, that's Luke Cage for you. I'm telling you, he like they make him a very just ruthless character.
Really?
Like he is the perfect villain, and I hate to say that, but that's what they turned him into.
Luke Cage?
Yes.
Wow.
And he gets incredibly strong throughout his series too.
Yeah. I remember watching The Defenders and the complete and utter shock on his face when Iron Fist decked him.
Yes.
Like I was like, "Ooh, he felt that one."
Mhm.
And you know what was going through his mind. He's like, "Excuse you,
See,
time
I
out."
like I love the Iron Fist character, but
Mhm.
out of all of them, at least the Netflix series, I think that one was probably my least favorite. Still a great watch either way. Like I would rewatch it in a heartbeat, but I think out of all four of those characters, I don't know. I think he's at the bottom of the list for me.
Almost done with season 1 of Iron Fist.
The story, honestly, like it gets so good. It gets really, really good.
That was it.
And if you like deep lore, Iron Fist has all of it.
Very nice.
It just said, you wanted lore? Yes.
Here you go. You wanted this? Here it is. Have fun.
It's basically what Tetsu Nomura said whenever he made Kingdom Hearts.
Love Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
It'd be pretty interesting to see that as a show.
There's a manga.
Is there?
Yeah, there is a manga. There's been rumors throughout the years that they were gonna do like a live action one or an anime series,
Can
but
Disney stop doing live action stuff?
yeah, they're they're not good at it.
Like hell, even what was their latest original Disney movie, like animated movie? I think it was Wish. And
Um,
dude, that
Probably.
was garbage.
I don't is are the movies with the emotions and shit are those Disney movies?
I
Inside Out?
think, I think Inside Out's Pixar.
I mean, Pixar is Disney.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean,
I
they're
mean,
the
it
ones.
is. It is. Yeah, it is on Disney Plus.
But I think that's the last one that I watched from Disney. And while I didn't think it was a bad movie, it looked like a cheap Disney movie from Disney.
Now, I didn't mind the first Inside Out. Like, I thought that was a pretty cute movie because my girls loved it, so it was on repeat a lot.
Right on.
But no, I didn't mind the first one. The second one, I could have gone without. Um, the hell? Oh, apparently, if you look up Inside Out on Google, there's a little thing that pops out where you can like drop the memory orb stuff. The hell? Can you get off my screen? Thank you. That was weird. But no, I don't know. Disney, I get it that it's hard to come up with a decent idea for a kids movie. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
uh,
most
the-
of it's been there, been there and done that now.
yeah,
I mean,
but
hell, Shrek pretty much took all of the like fairy tales and shit.
yeah, they did.
Dude, they basically just said, you know what? We're not giving anybody a chance here. This is mine now.
Did you see
All of
the?
it is
I
my
don't know.
idea.
I don't know if it was a sneak peek or a teaser or whatever for the new Shrek movie. How they like ruined what Shrek and Donkey look like,
No. Oh,
dude. It
why
it looked.
why are they fucking with the character designs at all?
I don't know, dude. Like Fiona looks the same, and then Shrek's daughter's in it. Well, it's weird because they only showed his daughter, even though he has three kids, or yeah, three kids, right? Three, four
Yeah,
kids.
there were
Oh,
3.
yeah, and they only showed the daughter because she's voiced by Zendaya, or whatever the fuck her name is. Um,
Huh.
I don't know, dude, but they made Shrek and Donkey look so bad.
That's dude, that's a shame.
Yeah, I was very upset.
Leave Shrek alone. No, you know what we're gonna
Right,
do? We're all gonna boycott like we did whenever the Sonic movie first got announced. We're
dude,
gonna
and it worked.
Yeah, say we're just gonna bully him until they make him look good again, and then everything will be fine.
Not my Shrek.
Yeah, leave Shrek alone.
There you go. It just looks so bad.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Why?
and
You
they
don't look like Shrek.
like there's a teaser thing video online, and it just
That's awful. Don't do
yeah.
that.
I want to thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys learned something like don't cheat in card games and don't trust Disney to make a decent original movie.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, don't do that. You're gonna be very disappointed. And if you cheat, you're a dick.
yeah, especially if you get caught cheating because you decide to cheat on camera, like you deserve to get kicked out of that place.
Yep.
But
Toodles.
thanks guys for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one, and you guys have yourselves a great rest of your day. Bye now.
Toodles.